PC meeting, the Plan Commission meeting, is it not open? Okay. To order for the month of January. And Joe, you want to take roll call?
Mike Armstrong. Here. Van Crafton. Carl Eaglin.
Here.
Jerry Ralston.
Here.
Patrick Tednall.
Here.
Josh Wilbur.
Here. That, did everyone, see, I think we have November minutes that we have to go over. And Joey, will we have a quorum for November, you think? Was everybody here in November, do you know? I was, no.
I was.
So, Patrick, you were here, weren't you?
I think so. Yeah.
I think you were. So I think don't we have enough for a quorum
Yes.
with all of us for that? Okay. So so for November meeting minutes, does anybody have any corrections, deletions, changes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
I second it.
All right, Joe. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. This is not like historic meeting. So all in favor of approving the minutes for November, say aye.
Aye.
All right. And then December meeting minutes. That I was not here for in December, so we will not have a quorum for December tonight. So, Devin, what will we do? Because I'm not sure we will ever have a quorum. Right.
So I think as long as the minutes meet the approval of
Of those that were here? Okay, so,
I would have no problem with a motion to approve the current board.
okay, so was anybody else absent? I know I was absent in December. Patrick, you
I was
were?
gone as well.
So Patrick and I will abstain from the vote on whether or not we approve it, but, so I'll ask Phil, any of the members that were here, do you have any changes, corrections, deletions? If not, then somebody want to make a motion to approve of those
I
members?
make a motion, we approve December's meetings as stated.
Second.
Okay, so we can vote on those although we weren't here, because, I mean, I've seen them,
Yeah,
but,
granted the-
okay, then we will. All right, so, and all those in favor of approving the December meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Well, I know, but you know, it's just making sure we follow the right procedure and
They're all
process.
come back.
Okay, so on the docket tonight, we have two new applications. The first application, and when we have the applications, if you would, if you're representing the application, you can come up to the podium and state your name and address. So it's PCRZ-22-1 Story Properties LLC. It's an application to amend the official zoning map. Applicant requests to change zoning of parcel 39-08-31-000.000.000-006 from general business to light manufacturing, M1. So if someone's representing that, you want to come on up? You can
Eric
state,
Schuler is present for Story Properties LLC for the parcel ID 39-08-31-00-001.
you don't have to state the same thing again.
Okay.
Do you have an address that you can give us? that you-
Story Properties LLC is from 3331 Elizabeth Road, Ewing, Kentucky. Zip code is 41039.
All right, thank you, appreciate it. Do you want to, do you want to provide any information on this?
So as you
Wes?
said, we are looking to rezone to light manufacturing, and anybody's more than welcome to ask questions to get into any amount of details that you would further along. We primarily work in the Kentucky side, and that's where our main branch of work is brought out from, down in Ewing, Kentucky. But we do have a lot of work up here and up and down the river that primarily based up on the power plants. So if you did a little looking there at Ewing, it's about 2 hours away. And then we work down at the KU facility and the Trimble County facility on the other side of the river. And that means of travel and to do work at these power plants, that 2 hours, we're trying to cut that down and have like a smaller facility up here where we can, just have a base home, for a close face for people to see and get a little bit closer to other, possible, company that where we can expand our business here to the Indiana side. I actually would be the person, if everything went through, to maintain this property and take care of it. I'm actually the area manager, for the side of the Kentucky down here. And actually, most of my employees are from the Indiana side too, so that's why I'm standing ahead, in front of you, kind of explaining what we're gonna do. But with this property, if everything works through, with the rezoning, we'd be primarily working in this facility, doing, light manufacturing, that working with metal. Handrail would be a example of building handrail for facilities, building piping and supports. We're not looking for a full-blown operation or anything like that. Everything that we would do would be a 20-foot length and smaller, and we're talking about 1.5-inch handrail. Just manufacturing, a little bit of welding in there, grinding, cutting, and just anything that goes kind of along with that. And then this facility that we already have has a nice office space up front. We'd use that as a face for IFM, for people coming by, and for us to reach out to other companies here, on the Indiana side too, because we get caught there, busy working down there. Examples of, like right now, we have a slow season. We have what they call outages down at the power plants, but right now we have a slow season, so we, have time where we can look out to go to other facilities and try to pick up work. And we would primarily be looking at the Indiana side here to work, and then we would spread on out. We've, just from being around the area, I've grown up in, the Napoleon, Indiana area. That's a small town. But just being around, we could always reach out. We have plans of reaching out, going to Seymour and North Vernon, trying to bring that work here. On our busiest day at this facility, we probably have 6 to 8 people working there, and that'd be 1 or 2 office employees that's included in that. We're not looking for a huge manufacturing, facility with a bunch of traffic. Just the 6 people coming in there to work. Honestly, we'd have to move a little bit of material in and out. There'd be a truck or trailer that comes in and out every once in a while. And that's what we're trying to ask for the light manufacturing for. If any other questions or anything arises, please ask.
Are you, with these plans, I mean, obviously you're gonna have workers, I assume you're gonna have you'll have one spot that's probably a handicap spot that
Yes,
meet code.
absolutely. We've, went through that. I
Okay.
think, somebody mentioned 2 spots actually, would,
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
I know you at least have to have one, you
Yeah.
know, but you're gonna have 2, yeah.
Yeah.
6 to 8 people, it's not, you know.
Yeah, it's not very much, but following that rules, we've talked about that, and just moving material around there. We like to make things better. Anything that we have on site or just throughout there, we like to have a good judgment, especially a new company coming in town. Vehicles, equipment, we try to keep everything up to date with fresh paint and everything. We stay on top of that and spend a little bit of time detailing and keeping things close and tidy around everything that we have now. Also, especially, we've talked about, if everything does go through, is putting some concrete in there so we can get rid of the gravel parking lot. There's a rundown shack there that we was gonna get rid of, just to clean up the property. A little bit of work here and there. From what our facilities and any extra materials, I think we can keep everything inside and tidy and neat. Only thing that you would see is we'll probably put up a billboard outside, with IFM. Everybody's kind of seen our logo probably with the American flag. We are pretty proud of that. I know down in our shop, occasionally we own a few cranes too. We've got a smaller 30-ton crane. We like to stick it up in the air about 50 foot, hang an American flag on the weekends and stuff like that too. So we are proud of that. We give back to the community. Through the Kentucky side, we've won, quite a few safety awards for the hours that we've worked. How many million hours? I think we're a few million hours safe work, man hours logged through OSHA. We are a safe company also, and we stand behind our people with that. It goes a long ways.
And before I get to the other committee members, both these, applications are relatively the same thing. You think we could take both into consideration under one okay. Is the committee okay with doing that?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other comments, questions from the committee?
Well, you're talking about outside storage, so as far as you know, or don't expect any outside storage of any vehicles or anything of that nature?
We would, like I said, we might bring a crane on site just for
Yeah.
a holding spot, but our equipment is freshly painted. It's not an eyesore or anything like that. If we do start getting a surplus because we have to get materials there, like a pallet, a handrail or anything like that, we would have a racking there professionally set up, and that racking would be painted.
Okay.
We've got a paint booth down in our other shop that we actually take time and send all of our paint work to there.
And
But
your-
if it was outside, it would be professionally.
And your
organized.
sandblasting and painting would all be inside the building?
Yes, and it would be very minimal at this location.
Okay.
We don't foresee doing any sandblasting. It would be very minimal painting.
Okay. And your only egress, will be on the main highway there, I guess?
Yep.
Nothing on the. Okay.
Approximately what hours will people be working at this site?
I would suspect 7 to 5.
Okay.
Around that area there. Yep.
Other questions?
Do you have to send out the letters to his neighbors or for approvals or anything?
Yes, letters to go out.
Will those go out when it moves on to the next committee to hear this?
After your recommendation to city council.
Okay.
Legal advice.
Any other questions, comments from the board? Any questions, comments, concerns from the public? You can come on up, if you would. And state your name and address for us, if you would.
Steve Gray, 3136 Clifty Drive. I'm directly south of their address.
Okay.
Right next door to them.
Yeah.
And it was a question on the, I guess it'd be the south side of your building. Do you have any plans there other than parking and stuff?
Yeah, that was a spot I think inside the building, there's already maybe a form roll-up door that we open back up. But on that south side there,
Yep.
only thing we would do there is put actually concrete to get out of that roll-up door.
Okay.
So we could have travel.
So you'll probably put the overhead door back in to access your,
Yes, and we'd like to have access through the north side too, but it's just a little bit more work to get there
Oh, yeah.
because we have grass there. We just one step at a time.
okay.
Yeah, we'd like to have a drive-through area, but, like, as in for staging anything on that south side to be crowded towards the fence or gate, really the only thing we're gonna do there is, make sure we get the compaction of the dirt back down and try to concrete that out.
Okay.
If everything worked out at the first part of the year.
It's mainly just access to your new overhead door to get to your
Yes.
shop area. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yep.
Do you have any concerns about lighting from the parking lot or anything like that? Shouldn't be any?
Now, we, through the system and at the building already being there, the security cameras are there. We've got some new locks that we're gonna link to our phone and make sure that we have lighting inside and like around there.
Mhm.
Nothing abundance or anything.
Okay.
I mean,
Anything else?
that's all I really wanted to ask him, I think.
Appreciate it. No, it's all right. Any other questions, comments from the public? All right, well, hearing none, accept the motion.
Make a motion to accept the application from both properties as written.
I'll second the motion.
These go by one now, okay?
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Carl Eaglin,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Patrick Tednall,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur.
Yes. All right, so that's for both applications.
Okay.
So, basically what that is we've recommended to the city council that we would like for them to consider approving.
Okay, I appreciate your
No
time.
problem.
And you may already know it, but since they are adjoining properties, you
Yes.
can go to the assessor's office and have it do a combined on them.
For one.
Save you some paperwork. You can do that, okay.
Okay, good.
Very good.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Carl. All right, so business, we have, looks like all new business, right? Do we have any old business?
New business.
Just all new, yeah.
Commission, president, vice president, secretary.
Yeah. So, we have election of officer, or positions. So,
We have a note at the bottom we might want to read.
about the title. Am I missing something? Oh, okay. So the mayor and his staff has requested the board to table, the election of these, right? You're talking about the
Just
appointment,
the
the appointment of the plan commission representatives, okay, and then the advisory member, right?
Yes.
Okay, table those until next month.
Okay.
Are we good with doing that without a motion, or we need a motion to table those two items?
I make a motion, we table the two items
Okay.
until next meeting.
I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so, sorry. Woo, I was like, man, misses something here. Okay. So election of, president. Anybody want to nominate
You up for stepping up, Josh?
well, I'll do it. I mean, this is, relatively, not too
I second
time-intensive board.
Did you motion that? You second?
Yeah, I'll move we elect, Josh Wilbur as Plan Commission President.
I'll accept the nomination, but that's what you're looking
Secret
for.
ballot.
I appreciate it. Is there any other names? Anybody?
I'll make a motion that
Any?
nominations for president be closed.
That was too quick, Carl.
So Patrick, you did the nomination, you seconded.
I did.
All right. Should we do the vote now and then, okay, so on that,
Or you can see the vice president and secretary.
okay. Make it all one, okay, that's what I would like to do, okay. How about, nomination for vice president?
Patrick? I'll nominate Patrick Kavanaugh, vice president.
I second that.
All right. And then for secretary? Joe looks like a good one. I mean,
Joe.
he has a pen in, I'm thinking the only person that has a pen in.
Hit the head, no pen in the hand, so. Nominate Joe, I'll second Joe. You nominate.
I nominated Joe.
I'll second your motion.
All right, so we have 3 nominations. Anybody else want to nominate anybody else for any of those positions? All right, with those nominations, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. So elections are done. Anything else, Joe, that, yeah? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I second it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
There we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Less prepared, a little less prepared for this one. I forgot Daryl was not gonna be here. Oh my gosh, I hope it's the hardest.